Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello friends, welcome to Entri. I'm Mr. Shambeg, your quant educator, and today I will discuss the memory-based Ibps Clerk 2020 arithmetic questions. As you know that it has been held on 5th of December, and you know that some of the questions were a bit of tricky. So we have brought you those questions in which you have got stuck. As we know that the fourth shift was a bit of lengthy. Alright, so we tried our best to bring you the latest pattern arithmetic questions which have been asked in the Ibps Clerk 2020 as the examination was held on 5th of December. So let's go and let's watch this video so you can have a clear idea about the questions. So guys, all of you must share, like and subscribe at once so we can get the motivation. So we can get motivation. Alright, so let's move on. Let's see what the questions are like. The first question says that it is based on train. The train A running at a speed of 36 km per hour crosses train B in 20 seconds. Okay, find the speed of train B in kilometer per hour if the sum of the length of train A and B is 600 meters and both trains are running in opposite direction. So we have got the idea. It is train A and here it is train B. Both are coming towards each other. One is running at 36 km per hour. The second one we don't know about it. Both the trains crossed each other. Let's say the length of train A was LA and length of train B was LB. If both the trains are coming towards each other, their relative speed as well as their length will both add. Okay, so LA plus LB has already been given as 600 meter. Alright, while the the speed sum will be like, so speed is equal to distance upon time. That means distance is equal to speed into time. Okay, so distance will be like LA plus LB, which is equal to 600 meter, and speed was like S plus 36. Okay, both the speeds will add and it took 20 seconds. Okay, so when we divide it by 60 and 60 and here it is divided by 1000, we will be getting the value in terms of kilometer and hour. So these two zeros will be eliminated. Again one more zero will be eliminated and this zero will also be eliminated. Okay, now how we are going to solve this question? Look at this. 36 and 3, 108 is equal to S plus 36. So the value of S is 72 kilometer per hour. So we have figured out the answer of the first question. Okay, it was a piece of cake. You just have to understand the concept. Okay, so let's move on and let's see what the next question is. The next question is based on partnership. Guys, all of you must share and like it once. Look, A and B are the two people who joined with X and 2X, but A has started initially while B has joined after 4 months, okay, with 2X investment. And A, after 4 months, when B joined with 2X investment, A doubled his investment. So for 4 months, till 4 months, A has got X as investment, and after that it has got 2X as investment, while B will have 2X investment till how many months? 8 months. Okay, so A will also have 2X investment till 8 months. So the total will become 20X and 16X. So the final ratio will be getting as 5:4 as a profit of A and B. Now what will we do? We can clearly see that if at the end of the year total profit is 13,950, that means here we have got the total profit in terms of 5:4 So the total profit would become 9 ratio. So 9 ratio equals to 13,950 rupees. That means 1 ratio equals to 1550 rupees. Now they are asking about find the share of profit of A. So the share of profit of A was 5 ratio. So when we multiply it with 5, 0, okay, so we will be getting the final answer as 7750. That means option B will be the correct. If they had asked you about A's profit, then what would you do? You would have multiplied it with 4 to get the final profit of B. Now let's move on and let's see what the next question is. The next question is based on SI and CI. Basically it is totally based on CI. Look at this. It is a scheme based question, and you know that most of the questions will be on scheme based. A man invested an amount in 2 schemes in the ratio 2:3. Okay, so let's say that the 2 schemes were scheme 1 and scheme 2. In scheme 1 they have invested 2 ratio, while in scheme B they have invested 3 ratio. Let's say that 200 and 300 at the rate of 20% per annum, at the rate of 20% per annum and 10% per annum respectively. Both belongs to compound interest. So you know that when you go through the compound interest pattern, you can easily figure out the answer. Let's suppose this 20% will be applied on 200, and we will be getting the value as 40, similar 40, because the slab will continue, and after that when we multiply it with 2, we'll be getting the value as 88 unit. Okay, while with the 10% we can get 30, 30 and 3, that means 63. So after if a man gets a total interest of 1208, so if we add the total interest, it will become 151, and that 151 will be equal to 1208 rupees. So 1 ratio equals to 8 rupees. Now how can we solve this question further? Find the amount invested by man. So man has invested a total amount of 500. So 500 ratio equals to 4000. Okay, so we have figured out the final answer as 4000. That is option E. The next one. The next one is based on mensuration. You will always be getting this kind of question, and it's a very important and a very good question. The sum of the length of a rectangle and the side of a square is 72 meter. So there is 2 things. One is the rectangle and the second one is square. If the sum of the length of rectangle, let's say it's L and B, while the side is S. Okay, so L plus S equals to 72. If the perimeter of a rectangle has been given as 84 meter, that means twice L plus B will be equal to 84. So L plus B equals to 42. Alright, where it has already been given the breadth of the rectangle. If breadth of the rectangle is 18, that means the length of the rectangle will become 24. If length of the rectangle have become 24, that means the side of a square will become 48. Okay, because their sum is equal to 72. Now we have figured out the side of what square, which is 48. Alright, now find the measurement of the side of a square. So it is option A. Fine. Alright, let's move on to the next question. The next question is based on time and work, and it is also a new one. The ratio of time taken by A, B and C to complete work alone. So this data is for alone respectively. If all 3 together complete the work in 8 days, then find in how many days A alone complete 3/4 of the same work. Now how you are going to solve this? Let's say that A took 4x time, B took 6x time, and C took 3x time. The whole work will become 12x. That means the ratio of efficiency will become 3:2:4. Okay, 3:2:4. That means the total work will become 12x. Now it has already been given that if all three work together, the work will be complete in 12 days. So how can we figure out the value? Because we know that total work divided by total efficiency of A, B, C equals to total time taken by A, B and C. Okay, so total work is given as 12x, while total efficiency will become 4377 plus 2 9 equals to 8. Now when we figured out, we will get the value of x as 6. Now if we have got the value of x, we can find out the total work as well, and that total work will become 72. But we need to complete 3/4 of the work. So 3/4 of the work, it will become 54. Now 54 work will be completed by A alone. If A alone does the 54 work with efficiency of 3, then it will take 18 days to complete the work. So it was a really good question. Sometimes you get new pattern questions while attempting a question. Let's say that if you have got this question while doing the paper, you will suppose that how you are going to do that, because you can get stuck in a time and efficiency frame. And what can you do? You will use the efficiency. Time is inversely proportional to efficiency relation. That makes the question lengthy. So just keep it simple and just go it according to the plan. Okay. The next one says that the population of a village is decreased by 10% in the first year and then increased by 20% in the second year. So the village population was originally 100%, let's say. It decreases 10%, that means it has become 90%. Okay, now it is increased 20%. Okay, so it is increased 20%, that means it will become how much? 20% of 19 will be 18, that means 108%. And they are asking find the population of the village at the end of second year if 2 years ago it was 15. So let's take the initial population and final population ratio. The initial population was 100%, while the final population will become 108. That means the ratio will become 25:27. While it has been given that the initial population was 15,000 2 years ago, that means the 1 ratio will become 600 people. So 27 ratio, it will become how much? 6 for 7s are 42, 6 2s are 12 and 16. So 16,200 was the 200 will be the final population after 2 years. Okay, so it was a simple question, simple percentage based question. You can't get stuck. Yes, you can approach one more thing. Let's say that from 10 to 9, in the first year it has become from 10 to 9, and after that the 20% is 1/5. That means from 5 to 6. Now when you solve this, look at this, from 50 to become 54, that means from 25 to 27. So the similar pattern can be used. Or one more thing can be used, net percentage. Okay, data. So net percentage was like x plus y plus xy upon 100. The first year you can see it has decreased 10%. In the second year it has increased 20. So it will become overall 8% in positive. Okay, look at this. So it is a clear data. Next one. A shopkeeper, it's a cost price and selling price and mark price based question. Okay. A shopkeeper marked up a shirt 50% above the cost price and allows two successive discounts of 11 whole 1 by 9% and 10% on it. If the difference between profit earned and discount given is 200, then find the mark price of the shirt. Now, how you are going to do that? Let's look at the scenario how a shopkeeper use mark price to gain profit. While you are something, let's say that you have brought a raw material at cost price, and what would you do? You will increase the price to make it mark price, and after that you will take the difference, you will take the discount and make it a selling price. When you make this a selling price, you will go to the cost price to compare the actual profit percentage. Okay, so it's a game between what? Shopkeeper and a customer. So cost price, mark price and selling price are the chains. Let's say that the cost price was 100, then 150 will become the mark price because mark price has been increased as 50% and allows successive discounts So successive discount was like 11 whole 1 by 9% and 10%. Okay, so we will use the ratio method. 11 whole 1 by 9% will become 1 by 9. So from 9 it will become 8. So from 10 it will become 9. That means this will be gone. Okay, so from 10, so from 5 it will become 4. Okay, now that means we will use 80% of the value. So 80% of 150 will become 120. So we have got the final ratio of cost price, mark price and selling price, and they have given the difference between the profit earned. The profit earned will be 20 unit. Okay, and the discount given will be 30 because we will take the difference between mark price and selling price. So the difference between 20 and 30 will become 10 ratio. So 10 ratio equals to 200. That means 1 ratio equals to 20. Now they are asking about the mark price of the shirt. So mark price of the shirt has been given as 150. That means we will multiply it with 150 to get the final value. So the final value will become 3000. Okay, so it was a really good question. You just have to understand the concept. Okay, just move on, and we have used ratio concept to get the answer quickly. The next question is based on boat and stream. Now how you are going to solve this one? The downstream speed of a boat is 5 km per hour more than its upstream speed. We denote downstream speed as u, while we denote upstream speed as v. If downstream speed is 5 km per hour more than the upstream speed, while and the ratio between the boat in still water to the speed of stream has been given. That means the ratio of boat and water has been given. So what would we do? We know that the downstream speed is a sum of boat and water speed, while the upstream speed is the difference between boat and water. So when we add these two values, it will become 24. That means the ratio will become 24 for downstream speed. While we take the difference, the ratio will become 14, and the final ratio it will become 10, and that is equal to 5 km per hour. Now find the total time taken by boat to travel 42 km downstream and 31.5 km upstream. We can easily figure out the time. Okay, but first we need to figure out the actual downstream and upstream speed. So 1 ratio equals to 1 by 2. That means if we multiply it with 24, we will be getting the downstream speed. Okay, all right, downstream speed. So we have figured out downstream speed. That means the downstream speed is 12 kilometer per hour. Now, if we multiply it with what? If we multiply it with 14, if we we have multiplied with 24 to get the value of downstream speed. When we multiply it with 14, we will be getting 7 kilometer per hour as upstream speed. Now, how can we solve the question further? Look at this. You know that you have to cover 42 kilometer downstream, that means by 12 kilometer per hour speed, and 31.5 kilometer upstream, that means 7 kilometer per hour. So if we solve this, 3, 4 and 3, 14, that means 2 and 7, that means 3.5 hours, plus 7 4s are 28 and 7 5s are, that means 4.5, that means the total time it will take 8 hours. Okay, so we have figured out that it will took the total 8 hours to complete this kind of question. It was a really good conceptual question. I hope you all have understood. What we could do, look at this. I have to make you understand that downstream speed is denoted by U while upstream speed is denoted by V. So first we need to figure out the difference between the upstream and downstream, so we can get the actual downstream and upstream speed in terms of kilometer per hour. And after that we will use the time formula, which is equal to distance upon speed, but the speed will keep changing. Okay, let's go to the next question. The next question is based on a mixture. Look, I believe they have given you really good question. Look, a container contains a mixture of two liquids P and Q in the ratio. A container has two liquid P and Q with 5:3. If 16 liter of the mixture is taken out and replaced it with Q, okay, so if something is taken out in terms of mixture, the final ratio will remain intact. The ratio will remain intact. Okay, yes, the original quantity will be changed. It will then it will become a reduced quantity. But when you replaced it with Q, okay, when you replace it with Q, then the new ratio will become 1:1. Now we know that whenever we took out the mixture, the ratio will remain intact, but whenever we add or subtract a particular quantity in the mixture, the ratio tend to change, but only that ratio will change which has been added or withdrawn. So Q has been added. Okay, if Q has been added, the ratio of P must have remained same, but it is not. So what would we do to compare these two values? We will multiply with 5 in this ratio to get the ratio in equal. Now the original quantity held 16 liter more than the reduced quantity, but when we add the 16 liter Q, we will see that we will regain the original quantity. So let's look at this difference. Because we are comparing only reduced and original, we will regain the original quantity. So the reduced quantity had a ratio 5:3, while original regain quantity, it will become 5:5. So when we compare these two ratios, we will get the difference between a ratio as 2, which is equal to 16 liter. So 1 ratio equals to 8 liter. Okay. Now we need to find the initial quantity of mixture in the container. So the initial quantity of mixture in these two ratios will be this 10 ratio. So 10 ratio equals to 80 liter. Okay. So it was a really good question, guys. You just have to understand the method I am teaching you is an important one. Okay. The next question is based on ratio pattern. The ratio of present age of A and B has been given as ratio has been given as 8:5, and the average of the present age of B and C. So the average has been given. That means their total age will become 70. Okay. If 5 years ago, the sum of the ages of A and B, 5 years ago, sum of ages of A and B will become was 55. That means if we want to add these 5 years in both A and B, it will become what? It will become what? 65. Okay. Then you know that if 5 years ago it was 55, that means in the present it will become 65. Now we have figured out each of the person's value. Look at this. The ratio says that the ratio is of present value. So the present ratio will become 13 and it will be equal to 65 years. So 1 ratio equals to 5. That means 8 ratio equals to 40. That means the age of A, while the age of B will become 25. So we have got the present age of A as 40, present age of B as 25. Now we need to find the present age of C. If present age of B is 25, that means the present age of C must be 45. Okay, and then find the difference between the present age of A and C. So A's present age is 40 and C's present age is 45. So the difference will be 5 years. Guys, some really good questions in this lecture. So I hope you all have done very good to achieve the selection. So when we meet in the next class, we will discuss some more efficiently proven questions for you. So till then, guys, keep watching Entri and don't forget to subscribe this YouTube channel. Okay, don't forget to subscribe this YouTube channel, and if you have got the concept, if you have liked it, must share and subscribe it. So till then, thank you.